Hi everyone, I'm Sandra Mom.
I'm Ben's son.
Yay! Ben, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yay. You're back on track. This is good. What we did today is we actually were blessed because we've been documenting our journey. And so we all know that Ben was clean for almost 5 months. So what we did is we went back to some videos when he was clean for a couple of weeks to see the difference and where he's at. Because we always say part of your recovery is relapse, right?
Yeah.
So Ben, when we were looking back at those videos, what was your feeling? Was there, did you feel the same?
I noticed that I could tell with the last videos, I was 2 weeks clean. I was more mellowed and I was coming off and coming down, and I was just getting clean for the first time in a long time. So I noticed this time is different because I'm more alert. I feel better. I feel cleaner because I'm 5 months cleaner than I was. Just because I used again doesn't mean I used hardcore again. I barely used, but I used enough to say that it's still using. You know what I mean? Like one use is a use. So I didn't use a lot. So I'm still pretty clean, but at the same time I had to restart because I still use. So I'm 5 months cleaner now, even though I'm 2 weeks in, than I was the 2 weeks in then.
Right.
So the 2 weeks now are cleaner than the 2 weeks then. So I feel better now at the start than I did at the last start.
That's good. And it's good to recognize that because, many people who are in your situation, they relapse, they might use a couple times. And thankfully, I'm thankful because I think I even mentioned that do I have to wait for you to hit that rock bottom or whatever? Yay, we didn't have to hit a rock bottom. You just came back on your own, which is really great, Ben, and I'm proud of you because you're back.
Yeah.
The question is now, what are you doing differently? What is it that you're working on?
Well, I'm trying to work on waking up earlier, eating 3 meals a day. I just gotta work on finding something to do and Motivation, yeah.
Because I know motivation is a challenge.
Yeah. I don't really have much motivation to get out of bed. That's why I stay in bed for a long time. Unless I have to get up for something, then I'll get up. If I don't have to get up, I'm probably gonna stay in bed. But lately I've been trying. I haven't really been doing very good because I've still been pretty lazy. But I got for coming up this next days and weeks coming up, I'm going to try to get out of bed at least at 10, 11 instead of 12, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
5 even sometimes.
And we were talking about this earlier. It's I can only give him reminders and stuff, but at the same time, it's a lot of energy on my part, right? It's Ben, did you eat? Did you brush your teeth? It's Ben, you're at the point now because you've been through this. You're aware of what needs to be done. You know that you need to do your self-care.
Yeah.
You recognize I do my self-care, and I appreciate that because you know that sometimes I'm doing my thing, and I can only lead by example, right? So you're working on your sleep habits. You're
trying to eat more or better, at least eat at least more than once a day. I don't eat a lot, but I'm just going with the seeds that my mom's been planting. My mom's always been planting seeds for years now. And as she's been saying in other videos, they're germinating and growing. And I can agree, I'm starting to quote my mom or whatever, or I'm actually doing stuff trying to, I don't know, just the seeds are germinating.
And you know what, Ben, I'm glad that you're bringing that up because actually one of the comments that we got on YouTube was, what do you mean by planting the seeds? Well, what do we mean? I mean,
my mom's saying reminders are planting seeds. Remember to get up early, or remember to brush your teeth, or whatever. It was a plant, or something else planting seeds. You want to stay clean. You can do this, or I don't know. What do you think?
Well, for instance, let's see, if somebody's pissing you off, learning how to deal with that instead of taking something personally, look at where it's coming from with the other person, right? Or
try to say something, and hopefully that seed will be planted in them, and they'll start. You just remind people the same thing over and over, and that's planting the seeds, planting, and then eventually they'll catch on, and they'll start growing, and they'll be like, oh, you're right about what you're saying, or they might not say that, but they'll just start doing it, and I've just been doing stuff
And you know what? You're right. And one of the things that I recognize is when you do use the things that I've said, like your thoughts and saying I am and keeping it positive, more positive will come.
Like she always says to say, don't say you're fine, say I'm good. And lately I've been finally starting to say I'm good more, like I said before.
Yeah.
I'm starting to say I'm good, I'm fine, I'm good. Like I'll add good to I'm fine. I'm like, I'm fine, I'm good. Instead of I'm fine, I'll say I'm fine, I'm good, you know?
Yeah.
I'm getting there. They're starting to grow, you know?
Yeah. And that's, you know, as parents, that's what we do as they're growing up. These seeds have been planted since you were young. I feel I've had to plant even more because the more seeds we plant, like even in our garden.
Like cleaning your room or your house.
Yeah, just the simple things.
Keeping your environment clean keeps a clean and calm mind, my mom says.
I love that. See, you know, and this is what we mean about planting the seeds.
She always says the cluttered room is a cluttered mind.
Yeah.
So I try to listen to that. And I'm not saying I'm good. My room's still kind of messy, but it's not as bad as it has been. So I'm getting there.
Yeah.
I've been a lot better than I used to be. That's for sure. So.
Yeah. So that's where we're at now, Ben.
2 weeks.
2 weeks working on the motivation, working on getting up, working on those simple things that some of us may take for granted. That I do my routine every morning, and this is, you know, I think you said this in one of the videos, is learning that you're clean, learning how to live a clean life.
Learning how to live comfortable with yourself. I said you have to be comfortable with yourself, because usually comfortable is being messed up, or being high is comfortable for people usually, or whatever. But now you got to find a new comfortable. Somebody one of my counselors say you got to get comfortable with the uncomfortable for it to become comfortable.
Yes, amen. That's a good one.
That's a seed that he planted on me too, you know. So now I'm listening to that, and it's growing, and I'm learning from it.
That's awesome. Let's just keep learning, one day at a time, 1 minute at a time.
1 second at a time.
You got it.
Fall 10 times, get back up 11.
Yeah. And you know what? This is part of the seed planting, the positive affirmations, keeping it positive. Let's keep, you know.
Glass half full instead of half empty.
That's right. Keep germinating, keep watering it, nourishing it, and those plants are going to flourish. So when we're at 5 months again, down the road, or 1 month, or 3 weeks, those plants are growing, right? And visualizing that is a big part of it. So thanks, Ben, for being here. Remember, where there is breath,
there's hope.
Amen. Take care, everybody.